7.
7. All right, we're here. We're here. Hello.
Say something again?
Hello. Hello.
I can hear you a little better now. I need to check something because your mic is fucked up.
Are you sure it's not your headset? Because sometimes you'll be.
Oh, my headset is more expensive than your house.
Sure. Sure. Now, when you sound like the McDonald's drive-thru, my friend. I know you see. I know you see me, Gray. I know you're liking the stash.
I'm fixing your volume and stuff, so.
There you go. Now I gotta fix your volume because you.
Oh, maybe this is it. Hold on. It's probably gonna kick me out.
Most likely it will. Hey, you know, like people just said that. People said that you know, that this is gonna be, like they like the stash a lot more. So I just wanted to keep try.
I wasn't here. I was updating my Discord. What did you say?
No, yeah, that's something I have done along. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
All right, cool. Now, I have Gray in the chat. She actually do something here and get a plug from my light here.
Yes, yes.
So we're here right now. We still playing Tomodachi right now. We were.
No one else joining so far?
Robin?
I was saying no one else joining?
Not at the moment. I haven't gotten no answer from anybody else. Maybe it might be us. Just us two.
Hey, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with whatever.
That works with whatever on that. Not the.
Yeah. I think Mina and Claire would be best. What should
But
we
yeah,
talk about?
welcome
help
to
them?
another podcast stream.
Got it.
We're right now
I'll
just
go round
in
up.
Afro right now, just chilling. I else be willing to join. You're on. But
Claire, say hello to Mina.
here's
Mina, this is
main
Claire.
topic for tonight. Sony,
Do you feel like talking
Sony
about?
PlayStation. No more discs in
Okay.
2028.
Sure, but let me ask
No
you
more
this.
discs.
It's not a crazy
Let's say
thing.
you're offered a large game
I
for a
don't like the
small
fact
game.
that I was saying it's not a crazy
Which
thing.
do you choose?
We've already
Oh,
started going down that shit
You
anyway.
know,
People are just
a
freaking
teeny
out,
tiny
even
games
though
just
this is
feels right to me.
something that's already been happening.
Yeah, I'm with you. You gotta choose.
Like
the
anyone who's
small
on
game.
PC, you
Every
haven't bought a
day of the
disc in
week.
how many years?
I like where your head's at, Mina.
That's true.
There are so many benefits to having a
It's-
small
I mean, it's still not a
game,
good thing.
especially
but
when you
still.
think about a big one.
Yeah,
We
that's
talked
that
for hours
that
about
so
this. So
I can see it from
we
two
wanna keep
perspectives
the
here.
conversation going.
Because before they decided to
thought
go
you
ahead
did
and
ask.
I would say they kind of shit the bed here in this one, without intentionally trying to shit the bed, but they shit the bed. So like for instance, I can see why they stopped the Blu-rays the Blu-ray like the Blu-ray creation,
What a
like
great
literally
idea to
using
have them
like
talk about
Blu-ray
a game.
discs support the
They've
game
become
because
friends.
it does
Thanks to you.
cut the costing prices for them.
Yeah.
But then it's like this is like a multi-billion-dollar company that I feel like could afford this. And as much as it is like like a let me give as much as it is like a major way of cutting costs, I feel as Sony is really
I feel
doing
like I'm
too much for
becoming
them.
my true self more
Sony
and
is
more.
self-sabotaging. There's more protections.
Shorty, yeah,
Sony
Flimper,
issue.
Flimper.
Right, so no, sorry, I was.
Well, no, there's no protections on any of it. The
No,
whole point of why people are getting mad.
oh no,
It's because
Gray,
at any
Gray was saying there was more protections on PC than Sony.
Well,
No, yeah, and I was saying like there are no protections for anything. You think because you're on PC you're safer? They can remove all this shit at any point.
Yeah, it's very very weird on that aspect. It's extremely weird because it's like I don't think they're really trying to go ahead and stop things like the protection for this. It's like
What should we talk about?
Well, no, because I mean it's more noticeable from like Sony and Microsoft
Got
and
it.
stuff. It's because you're
I'll
on
go
those
talk to him about
platforms.
it.
Like for instance, everyone's really freaking out about this because Sony actually just removed 550 movies from like their Sony platform or whatever.
Good evening,
But that's because you're
Drac.
on their platform. And again, it's not me advocating for them. I'm saying you're
Do you feel
using
like
their
talking about-
platform to watch movies instead of buying a
Of
disc.
video games.
yeah, I can see where that is a major issue.
But let me ask you this.
It's like
And it's the same thing.
Someone
Like you're
offers
using
you large
Steam
video games or
to
small
like
video
play these games because a
Which
lot
one are
of
you
places
going with?
I don't even know if I'm assuming you can probably still
I
get
know
like
not
disc
everyone would
versions of the
agree,
games, but
I'm
I've
going
never
with the
bought
small video games.
a disc version for my PC.
The small video games.
yeah, I can understand that, like, cause especially for
That's
PC,
too
it's like
bad.
a lot of people
I'm a
don't
big
do
fan
so.
of a big video
Gray
game
said
myself.
PC versus Sony ownership clauses are totally different. That's why they're getting sued. That is actually a thing, and
I guess he doesn't
as I
want
say,
to
it's just
handle
very
someone
it's
who, like,
it's a very weird business aspect, especially when you're doing this, especially because you're also kind of doing a little bit of a problem for like major selling points, like for instance, like selling in like physical form. You're kind of
Good
fucking screwing over like major
my
game
look is lacking a
areas that
certain something.
sell
Can you get
games.
me some help?
Like for instance,
Great. Huh?
you're doing things like
Well
you're
then, I
screwing
guess
up
I'll
like
keep
the
hearing
mom and
this.
dad shops that do video games, that sell video games, like things like major sellers for like Target, Best Buy, all those
I
big
hate
names.
the clothes that I
and
like and the clothes
It's
that
kind
I
of weird
put
on that aspect of why you're fucking that up, but it does get to the point where you're saying that you're not buying the physical copies because of the simple fact that a lot of the the sales are actually 80% on digital.
Do you have a set? Could you take a photo
Like,
for me?
yeah, so like I could.
I mean, that's the main reason why. Well, I'm sure there's other reasons
Then
too,
let's
cutting
find a
costs
spot for the
and not
photo
wanting to
shoot.
deal with shit. The big thing that I see a lot of people complaining about is the fact that once physical discs and stuff are removed, they no longer have to sell anything at a lower price because used items will never be a thing anymore.
Yeah, I can see that aspect. I think I see it more like the aspect where people are just like very upset on the fact of, you know, so I can see it more of the aspect of, how do I say it like this? Like, I can see why most people are very upset on the aspect of, you know, they end up feeling as if how do I say it for this? It's like, I guess a lot of people just feel like the merchandise area is gonna be a little bit off because of it, because a lot of people still do collect the actual area, but it's not in that same number with the digitals. I could understand that, but one major thing that I see about this, and as I said, like, it's just mostly the aspect of, it's just mostly like the aspect that, as I said, like these sales are gonna end up tanking, and a lot of people now, like, from that aspect, probably will say, oh, I'm not gonna buy it, but then I'm like, that's not true, because it is still 80% of the sales. So I don't know how to really feel personally about this, because it's like, it's so weird that, you know, now since they're going into the digital aspect, now what's gonna happen? Are we still gonna be, are they gonna go ahead and change the PlayStation into an all digital console, and now we're not gonna have the CD thing? And are we gonna still be able to go ahead and hold our games in our actual account? Or, and it's just like, because now apparently it's still the whole thing where they're apparently taking out games from people's you know, accounts. So it's just, it's weird overall for me. I don't really, I personally cannot stand the idea of it being, you know, a thing. But I remember that Xbox did this a long time ago, and they got majorly flamed because of this. So
Everyone's making fun of Sony right now.
yeah, so it's like I can see the reason behind it. One major thing, consoles don't make sense to go fully digital, especially with the limited base storage. That actually makes sense. So it's also where I was gonna get into. If a console is going full digital, then I'm telling you right now, what this should happen is that the storage space should not be so freaking small.
Why don't you just increase it?
That's the thing. Like, no, by base, like in general, like for instance, like if I'm buying a new system, by base it should not go ahead and be in any type of way, it should not cost that much.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna go ahead and buy a
No.
go ahead and trust
so
you.
all right, so if I'm buying a digital version of the PS6, let's say PS6 comes out, it's only fully
It was
digital.
no trouble
A
at
lot of
all.
these games take a lot of gigabytes to go ahead and download and update in every type of aspect. Marvel Rivals, freaking Call of Duty, freaking goddamn GTA 6 is gonna cost at least like 300 gigabytes worth of storage. Even things such as, for instance, like I believe Elder Scrolls Online, all take like 100 plus gigabytes. Even a lot of these games do at least like 80 or 90 at most. If we're gonna buy a game in general that is like that, then my opinion, like if you're gonna get a system that is all digital, the actual space for it should at least be at least 1 terabyte minimum.
I feel so
It is.
much better now.
For
Not the PS4, but the PS5's is base 1 terabyte, and you have a little under that because the system requires a little bit of it. So you have like 900 and something.
No, that's what I mean. Like the system, like if we're gonna have that, it should be at least that 1 terabyte and that slightly a little bit, and that slightly a little bit should go towards like the update, and then it should be the 1000. That's what I mean. Like even with something like
Well, that's what we had. The only thing that didn't come with that was the PS4. That was 500, I think.
yeah, it's like I would say like they just at least for the update they need a little bit extra for the update on that. I don't know. So Gray said,
See, I think you're completely in the different side here. I don't think games should be 300 gigabytes to begin with.
well,
Call of Duty shouldn't even be anywhere near 300 gigabytes. I don't want all that fucking clusterfuck bullshit in my game. I'm not going to play it anyway. I want the one Call of Duty I fucking paid for.
yeah,
I'm not fucking downloading 300 gigabytes worth of shit. I'm literally downloading
Do you have a
300 gigabytes worth of trash that I'm not going to play.
yeah,
That one game that you're downloading is maybe 50 gigabytes at best.
yeah.
You have to download a bunch of extra trash on the side because they don't want to de-bloat it. And it's the same thing that happened with Destiny. Their game got
do
too
that thing
fucking
again.
big, so instead of them downsizing shit, they completely removed shit from the game, which was the dumbest decision ever.
I can understand that. One thing I can understand, like perspective, like if they're just adding like in the Call of Duty aspect, which it's like if I just want to play the multiplayer, I just want to download the multiplayer. I shouldn't have to download the other two shit to go ahead and do so. But then Call of Duty just made it to a point like if you want to play only multiplayer, then you could just go ahead and download the multiplayer aspect of the game. But so I could understand where on that aspect it was to be a thing. But then a lot of people already had changed that up. Also Gray said that no, it needs to be at least 3 terabytes plus. GTA 6 is gonna be like 400 gigabytes by itself, and minus the 1 terabyte base, 200 gigabytes is dedicated to the actual system. So I don't know about that, but no, I can see that perspective. But I would say like, so as I said, I can see like the major, like you know how Call of Duty, as I said, it splits it up a little bit. So when it splits it up, in the process of that, they are just like, you know, you could just play the multiplayer, or you could play zombies, or you could go ahead and play the story, and then you don't have to download the multiplayer or the battle royale and stuff like that. So I can see, I think like if a game's gonna have multiple aspects like that, they should be allowed to go ahead and allowing the players to download which part of the game they want to go ahead and play. So I can see, I can understand that spot where Call of Duty is doing okay by it. But there is certain things that I will say that is absolutely weird when it comes to you know,
Evil will not be allowed to flourish.
I would say like things such as
Hi-ya.
like with these games being like massively big. The GTA 6 reason for that, like for it being big, I can understand that because of how much they put into making the game. I can see that reasoning, but every other reasoning is like, what the fuck are we doing here? Per PlayStation's website, unusable space for games technically between 860 gigabytes and 875 gigabytes. You don't even get the full 1 terabyte. You see that's what I'm saying. Like for that, like, you know, you gotta make sure that you at least try to at least have that 1 terabyte plus the little bit to be able to go ahead and just like, you know, have that full 1 terabyte for the games. But I don't know where Sony can do something for that. I know that the actual
They
like
have to give you multiple, and at that point they'd have to charge you more.
yeah
They give you 1 terabyte because that's what comes with the console.
yeah
If they give you any more than that, they'll have to charge you more.
yeah because I can see the reason behind that, because if you get like a phone that is 16 gigabytes, almost like a couple of gigabytes will be based off of the update alone. So I can see where that's a major thing for that.
It may just be. I get the.
It's just like a weird situation where I said like I don't see it being a positive. Like as much as I understand the cost, like the lack of cost, like that it will cause like a company, I don't see that. And the PS6 also estimated to be 1K, which doesn't make sense for just 1 terabyte. That I can understand. So if I'm paying 1K, I can understand why people would want at least 2 terabytes a minimum. Plus I don't understand why it's so hard for them to do an external hard drive. Because
it'll cost you more.
Yeah, it will cost you more. It's just that like the thing is like I would say like in one.
And most of that stuff they probably assume you'll just buy on your own.
Yeah, exactly. But
like I have I think a 2 or 1 terabyte SSD.
Yeah, I have a 2 terabyte myself. I'm probably gonna upgrade this shit to an 8. And because like simply I'm not like I'm not gonna be buying no PS6 anytime soon. Like I'm
not buying the PS6 at all. That shit's too expensive.
They have to give me something crazy to go ahead and buy the PS6. It's cheaper to buy an external storage, but we shouldn't have one. Yeah, I could say that, but then at one point, I think that the external storage will be a lot better of a choice than buying the SSD, because the SSD is very expensive. A lot of these SSDs are getting expensive, especially for the storage is getting fucking crazy. Especially a very expensive thing nowadays is RAMs. And RAM, like for me building my new PC, my RAM is gonna cost around like almost like a fucking $1,500 for 2 sticks. And literally it's just like I don't want to spend that much.
Like 64 or some shit like that.
128.
Yeah, ridiculous. That's why it's costing you so much.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to measure this shit out here.
How's it going, Johnny?
What's up?
No, there's quite literally nothing you will ever need that will do 128 or take up 100. If you're doing anything that requires that,
that's so
probably should be building a fucking PC. You should probably be building a supercomputer.
I know, because my PC, it's all one PC that's going to be doing multiple things. Video editing, things from digital artwork, streaming on, like, when it comes to, like, playing games, like, high-end games and streaming and doing things like having three different monitors. So that's why.
Dog, you could do all that shit with, like, 64.
Yeah, I'm okay with doing that. If I can afford it, I can get it. I'm good.
I mean, yeah, you do what you want to do, but over 100 is insane.
No, I understand that, but I'll be fine with that. I think I'll be good with that. Better to invest in a PC than a console changing every XYZ years. Veteran discount.
That's basically what you're doing. You're basically, every time you update your PC, you've just invested in a new console.
Basically,
you have to wait for the stuff to go down in price because the amount you're paying is the same amount you'd be paying for an entire console.
I agree with that. Like sometimes investing in a PC, like you do have to put like an arm and a leg. Like that's why I always say this, and a lot of people hate when I say this. This is why like I say that PC is not even a main platform. I say this because it's not affordable to be able to go ahead and have the main things, like especially if you want the top-notch stuff, you have to put in an arm and a leg. Or if not, I'm sure you remember when DK spent $10,000 making his PC. Yeah, hey, he had the money. I had
he did not. He had spent months saving up for that.
No,
every single piece.
No, but if he spent months on that, like usually somebody, it would take like, especially now with this day and age, a lot of people, it would take like years. It would take freaking years for this.
Well, yeah, because Jesus Christ, is the prices for everything going up.
Yeah, and the price of RAM because of fucking AI. And that's why as I said, I'm not supporting AI or games that use AI like that. I mean, like generative AI. Not exactly. There's more longevity in PC than consoles, especially it's in cost. It only gets crazy in cost when folks fall for the upgrade trap. So, okay, so I want to say yes and no. So I would say there's more.
Hold on.
So,
you can continue answering. I want to look something up real quick.
Yeah, I want to say yes and no. So for me, I see more longevity in a console than a PC. I say that a PC has a tendency of breaking down, having major issues more faster than a console can. And then the issue is you could go ahead and basically repair, like let's say if the HUD or the UI or the UV is having some type of issues in a game or anything of the regular menu of the PlayStation, you could literally go ahead and update that, or if not, like with a specific update. One thing I can say about certain things in regards to, you know, PC has a tendency of, like, if you fuck up a piece or if something goes really, really bad, let's say you do have a tendency of possibly not being able to game for a long time until you get that brand new piece. That's why I'm saying that the longevity
On
of
top
it.
of that, I do want to jump in here.
Yeah.
Do you know how much the 9070 is currently?
Probably,
Actually, I'm gonna even at a 14% discount. Do you know how much it costs?
like probably like almost 2 to 3K.
No, this is just for one piece. Let's just say I'm gonna use the 9070 right here.
Okay.
You know how much the 9070 costs at a 14% discount?
How much?
It's $689
$689.
at a 14% discount. At full price, it is $800 plus tax. And if you wanted to get a few years back, the original fucking PS5 digital edition, it was $400.
Yeah.
The disc version was $500.
That is like probably the amount of either like 2 regular Nintendo Switches or anything of a PS5 or a freaking like probably like a VR headset.
Exactly. Like my point being, you could spend the $800 on that one piece and then wait years to get the rest of your PC, or you could spend that same amount on a console that technically is better than most low-end to mid-range PCs at the time, and then play for the next 11 years.
That is true. That's the upgrade trap. An upgrade isn't needed every time a new part comes into the market. That is not true. That is not true. That
actually is, yeah, exactly what he said. It's not true.
That's not true because it's based on the game.
A lot of fucking games are actually made with the console in mind, not the PC.
Mm-hmm.
That is why PC has so many issues and so many game-breaking bugs and glitches compared to console.
That's why performance on PC is very low end when it comes to the consoles. That's why they always complain about performances. Plus, especially with certain technologies, even if it's AMD or NVIDIA or any type of aspect of changing the parts of the game, you do have to go, or the parts of the computer, you have to update it because they all come with certain drivers. So I want to say yes. I want to say no to that because that's not true. As I said, it goes to a point where like a lot of these upgrades have to go ahead and get to a point where it's a major thing, and some of these new end parts need to also go ahead and configure with things such as, you know, the parts that you have. Like if I have right now, let's say if I have 64 gigabytes of RAM, right, and the certain RAM sticks does not work with the graphics card or the motherboard that I have, it's not gonna work. In order for me, important for me with that type of situation, you have to install a certain driver or certain aspects for it to work with the actual part with it. Never had an issue with driver upgrades. Well, it's not the idea of the driver upgrades, it's just configuring like literally what goes with what. It's like something that goes with something. You know,
Especially for people who aren't very fucking tech savvy, they're not going to know where to even begin with that. Even if you tell them to go watch a video, they've never done half of this shit before, so they don't know where to start.
yeah, a lot of people are not really tech savvy, and like the thing is, like when they put into the idea of trying to, it's just when like a lot of people like it's just weird. Like when people try to get into technology, I still have to teach like grandmas how to fucking turn on and unlock their phones. Like I literally have people who are trying to use Apple Pay, and then there's one grandma who looks like she's 70 to 80 years old. Like the bitch is like dangling from a fucking thread, and in the process of this, like she's having her phone upside down, and I'm like, ma'am, you have your phone upside down. She's like, oh well, I don't know how to work this. My grandson doesn't know. My grandson's not like helping me with this. What's up, Velvet? And with the we in the car. No, but like we with that aspect, it's just like a major thing in regards to like I can't continue to teach like grandma how to use her phone, and because it's also because like her grandson's buying her the fucking damn brand new phone, and this bitch is still texting through goddamn carrier pigeon. So
I think we should just go back to flip phones, to be honest.
I would like my fucking Nokia back.
I want my Nokia
Yeah,
brick.
a Nokia flip phone, an unbreakable flip phone that can access the internet. That'd be fine.
I want my Nokia brick so I could just visit Harrison and just throw it in his hair.
Okay, what part in the like PlayStation going all digital thing are we at?
So we're talking about
We started talking about like PCs because someone on Nico's stream was saying that like the longevity of PCs is technically better when you're trying to say that's not technically true.
no. She's saying the longevity on PC is better than console, and she said that she said that she misses her Motorola.
Considering that at this point in time, the only way in order to play Alice Madness Returns and the original American McGee's Alice is to like use a refurbished key thing on the Epic Games Store. No, I don't think so. Even PC like shit slips through all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's like I can understand like certain aspects of, you know, unless
you're talking about being cool with emulation, in which case probably yeah.
Yeah, but like here's the thing: even people get mad lazy with emulation, and it gets to a point where it's like when you're trying to teach people to do things like have emulation or teach them to emulate something, a lot of people don't want to do that, especially where it's like why don't you want to emulate? This is a good idea to emulate something. The reason why is because someone doesn't want to come like from work on a day where they're like, oh, you know what, I just want to come home and just play freaking Elden Ring, and in the process of that they're gonna want to go ahead and just like start up an emulator for Dark Souls 2 or anything like that. No, they want to play Elden Ring right on the spot. So that's the major thing about it. It's like I just want to go home, click on the freaking console, and then just be ready for that. You know what I mean?
Okay, there's only like one specific thing I want to add to this conversation, and then I'm gonna bounce. I am very specifically like waiting on Arcane Studios' Blade game to come out. That is the one game I am really looking forward to, because Blade's other games fucking suck.
Getting canceled, bud.
So
And it's gonna go the same route as the fucking Prince of Persia remake, because I swear to God, I am going to march down and I'm gonna shove my boot up Todd Howard's ass if he doesn't. So like Arcane's like owned in part by Bethesda right now, right?
So no, it's owned by Microsoft. Now here's the part.
Whose ass do I gotta shove my foot up then?
Well, no, Microsoft is in a very bad position right now, and they're offering all the companies that they bought the option to buy themselves out so that they don't have to get shut down.
But here's the thing: Arcane is not doing that right now And that's where fucking Arcane is messing up. And the thing is with that now is that because they're not doing that in any type of way, which I say just, and as much as I don't want to say this, give it to fucking Sony, because of the fact that, God forbid, like, if we want to go ahead and actually have a game with a fucking, with something in there, or like a superhero game, I have not seen fucking Sony fail yet. Like, but
I mean, you haven't seen Insomniac fail.
yeah, so, which is basically.
We saw them slip. We didn't see them fail.
Yes, I would give it to Insomniac. But at this point, if laziness and ignorance make these companies rich, I ain't mad at them. Yeah, to be honest, it's like, yeah, it's just I can understand that. But no, it confirmed, and but after I say this, I'm gonna use the restroom. They did confirm that not just Blade is getting canceled, but also Arcane is getting shut down.
I just don't like having a lot of these conversations because, like, just going back to the whole GTA 5 thing. I know this isn't on the same topic, but I just think 90% of people are just fucking stupid. Because they're like, I would have paid $300. Like, you all should be grateful it's coming out. Like, what are you talking about?
I agree with that. I hate
Who
when
in
people
God's
come up
name
with
is
that
paying
shit.
$300 for a game?
That's how much you pay for a fucking console.
Yeah, man. A lot of people just, I don't understand that shit. It's fucking weird. But I'll be right back. Just give me one quick second. If you guys want to continue talking about this, I will be right back. Just give me one second. No, well, just get.
I just want to bitch about Blade real quick, man, because like I fucking love Blade, even though I know
give me
Jack.
that, I'll be right back.
It's like,
He's a cool
look,
motherfucker.
I love the movies. I love playing as him in Ultimate Alliance. I like it when he shows up in other people's comics and like when he shows up in cartoons and stuff. I think he's fucking cool. He's so cool. And yet, like, if this game gets freaking canceled, like that's kind of it for him, because he's like, the only time he's ever in a good game is when it's not his own. But his own games suck. Like, he does not get the same treatment in video games that fucking Spider-Man gets. Like, a lot of Marvel characters don't get the same treatment that Spider-Man gets, and it's kind of unfair. Look, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero of all time, but sometimes I need to play as somebody else. I get tired of the red and blue or the black and red spandex. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's, I think, the main problem with those kind of games, though. Like, that's the same reason they keep making Batman games and shit like that. And it's because while we can sit here and be like, who wants to play a fucking Nightwing game? And it's like, I would love to play a Nightwing game. But then 90% of people are like, that would suck.
Okay, what about, have you played the Teen Titans game on PS2?
I don't think so.
It's just a team-based beat 'em up from what I hear, but like that sounds all right. That sounds fun.
Yeah, the problem is, like, one, I understand why they're not making a lot of these games, but also it's like, when someone shows genuine interest, if it's not the overall majority, they're just not going to make the game. And that's what just really is sad.
It sounds like the same conversation I was having with Nico, like when we were playing the last time we played Cult of the Lamb, and I was talking about like wanting a Silver the Hedgehog game. It's like, the point is, like, you should be allowed to take risks at this point. Like, these companies got money, but like they're also being underfunded at the same time. It's like, I wish we were at the point again where we could willingly take risks when it comes to stuff we make. Like, not all or nothing. It's like, hey, we can do something experimental and it won't affect us too much if it doesn't succeed.
See, the sad thing about that is there's not a lot of companies that have the autonomy to do that anymore. The only company that I think is probably the only best company anymore is FromSoft. And they're just they're literally making a Nintendo game just for the fuck of it. Because Nintendo bought them out to make a exclusive Dark Souls game, and they wanted it to be like an extraction shooter. So they're just like, fuck it, sure.
Anthony's not going to like that because he doesn't have a Switch. He's one of my friends. Anyways, just... But I just... Look, Arcane, like, I want... Like, okay, if they're basically making like a third-person version of Dishonored where I'm playing as a black vampire who wears sunglasses all the time, I would love the shit out of that.
I mean, it's not necessarily the same. You could try the Vampire the Masquerade games or the game called Vampire.
I do have vampire, but vampire is a very different thing. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like Blade in that. I feel like a magic vampire hunter. That's not the same thing. Blade should feel like fucking Blade. Like there's a very specific level of style and coolness. Like it's not like I don't want it to be Devil May Cry, but I want it to be Dishonored, except I can like teleport and slash between targets.
I'll say it would probably be more along the lines of like the combat of he's like the complete opposite version of Deadpool, basically.
Yeah, like the Deadpool game, except I'm playing as a guy who like makes dry remarks instead of, "Ooh, I'm Family Guy," the character.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I've like in recent times I've begun to fucking hate the Deadpool game because of specifically what it did to his public reception of the character. I love the Deadpool movies, but they also had something to do with this too.
I mean, I like that they're trying to have the comedic part of him. But the problem with that, which is also what they realized, or at least what Chris Hemsworth realized with the Love and Thunder movie, is that it took away the seriousness from his character. So now in the next Thor movie that they're going to do, it's going to be a lot darker and sad. And I don't think people are going to be ready for that because it kind of fucked his image up.
No, because like even when they tried to make Deadpool like and bring his sadness to the forefront, like in the first movie, it still was done like in a very Hollywoodized kind of way instead of the borderline existential it was like in the comics and stuff. Like it hits like how depressed he actually is in the comics, but in there it's just like, oh, he's sad for a brief moment because he can't talk to his girlfriend. Wah, shut the fuck up, you're Ryan Reynolds. I also just kind of come to hate Ryan Reynolds a bit too. Gee, I can't believe I'm at this point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't want Deadpool to be Family Guy the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
overall, I do want to say that I think so far with the movies, they've done a pretty amazing job with them.
I have returned.
The second movie, I think, went a little deeper into like his more weird, like humoristic kind of personality, and I
they turned him into wacky woohoo gangster guy.
Yeah, I think that actually ended up going pretty well for them.
What are we talking about?
We're somehow got on the Deadpool movies because we were talking about Blade, and I brought up how Deadpool's basically it'll be a Deadpool game, but it's like the complete opposite of Deadpool.
So,
like tonally at least.
Yeah. So yeah, tonally it's gotta be a little bit of a Deadpool game, but when it comes to actually making the game, so they were planning on doing it as a how do I say this? They were probably trying to do it as a
Dishonored, but in third person.
A Dishonored, but Dishonored in first person. That'd be like a Dishonored game.
Dishonored already is in first person.
I know, and that's why I say it because that's what they were playing. But
I want to stare at Blade's ass the whole time. How am I not supposed to do that if it's in first person?
Hey, just
well, he's gonna have a cape on, or
yeah. Plus,
well, I know, but he's got a coat. But like, it's gonna be in the same way. It's like if I'm playing a Batman game, I need to be staring at Batman's ass.
Hey, I'm just saying, just like we tell Hard Hero, sometimes you gotta leave the gooner shit out. Gotta have fun with what you got.
I'm not doing it like okay. I'm doing it in a respectful way, to be honest. But like, look, I got a thing where like I can appreciate butt on a man too. Like I need to be able to do that in order to prove all the chuds wrong that yes, men can have attractive backsides to look at.
I don't think. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to chuds, I don't think they know what attractiveness is. Like these chuds out here, they like the idea of attractiveness that they claim to know is so trash. It's like it's dumb. It's like so it's like when you get someone who looks good, like they were complaining about the GTA character, the girl in the GTA thing being
they were complaining that she was black. I know.
And too thick.
How is that too thick? Like barely.
I've heard anyone complain about someone being too thick.
Well, she's not even like that thick. She's like, I don't know, like person who eats a decent amount.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like, but as I said, the problem is, like, as I say, you get the chuds that don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They
You get the chuds that don't know what attractiveness is, the ones that are overly racist and won't shut up.
yeah, and I'm looking at you, fucking John Delarose, you little bitch. But
It's like I saw someone make a meme about Jeffrey from Class of '09, and like they made a meme of him saying he wants an Asian girlfriend. When by Asian he means Japanese, and then like he talks to an Indian girl, is like, "No, you're not Asian." I'm like, what? He probably would say that, to be honest.
the thing is, John Delarose would be good at putting his hands on a woman instead of just actually getting that.
Yeah, that's the guy that Starscream has like constant beef with, right?
Yeah, and as I said, like that's not even a joke. He literally has a whole entire court case out there.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
know.
Yeah, so,
I know. Like he's got an entire like fucking criminal record about like spousal abuse. I know.
And the guy's a weirdo, and the guy looks like if you really misdrawn a King of the Hill character.
It looks like you as a King of the Hill character, to be honest.
No.
Oh,
I saw that you got.
say anything, by the way? Because we couldn't really see the chat.
Oh no, it was just Gray. Like she was just supporting us, like having these conversations. She said she's stepping away. She said keep it up, and that it was a good conversation. But no, it gets to a point. It's just like with shit like that. It's like these guys don't know anything of attractiveness. Like I don't understand. Like because I send the photo in the chat. You know what? Fuck it. Let me find the cover. GTA 6 cover.
I know it. Yeah, I know. You don't have to show me.
No, I know. I'm gonna show the chat.
Showing your audience.
I'll show the
Yeah,
chat.
okay.
And it's based off of a real world woman who is actually a model. Okay?
Yeah, she looks like a model.
It looks like the fucking model. And then I believe she's a DJ.
She looks like the kind of person that if I went up to, I would get laughed at for trying to talk to her.
That literally would be me. That literally would be me.
I know when someone's out of my league. I understand that. I don't complain about it.
I'm sorry, but if you're gonna say this, I'm gonna go ahead and freaking where is it? Let me minimize the Elgato.
I need to date a girl who works at Walmart.
Like if you're gonna say, I'm sorry, if you're gonna say that this woman right here is unattractive in any type of manner, I'm sorry, that you have to have your taste in women have to be trash. I'm sorry, your idea of what attractiveness in any type of gender to any type of sex is trash.
What'd you send it to?
Oh no,
It's on his live stream.
it's on his live stream. I'm showing it right
okay.
now.
Look. The only anger I feel at this is knowing that I would never have a shot with this woman.
Like I'm telling, it is wild for anybody to think that this lady's unattractive. I heard people saying that she's too thick. Like who wants a thick ass woman like this? I'm like
that is 100% like right down the middle. Like thick is like Pixar mom level proportions at this point.
yeah, it's like it's not even just that. It's like I'm like what the fuck? I'm like what are you talking about?
This woman's got a flat stomach. She doesn't have any chub. That's not thick.
No,
These people don't know what the hell they're talking about.
The thighs are thick
You
and
can't
everything.
even see.
It looks slightly more pronounced because of the bikini she's
down.
wearing.
Is there more to this picture? Because how are people even telling?
I'll go to the there's another photo right here.
I mean, like she made a video where she was like walking around Miami or something, like the actual model, like wearing that same outfit too.
Like this is what she looks like. This is what she looks like. It's like
She's looking good as fuck, and she's not. I mean, she's slim thick to be in it.
She's bad. Well, she's bad. That's what you need to know. She's bad.
Like she's
slim thick.
She's thick in a good way. And this right here,
Yeah, it's called slim thick. That's what people are saying. If they don't have like,
They don't have any tell me that that's slim.
Body that's slim thick.
yeah, and let me say this. This is based off of an actual woman who's a DJ.
Yeah.
Who is a DJ. Wait, let me get rid of these fucking ads. This is her.
Go away, ads.
This is her right here. Is based off of Gabriela Chiquin, which is she's from Venezuela.
Nice.
This is perfection here.
Yep.
This is perfection here.
This is art.
All right.
This is garbage.
None of this is garbage, my friend. This is art. This is God's art.
No, I was saying a joke, Chief.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is God's art, though. But my guys really are like, oh, you know what? Let's freaking. How could you like something like this? I'm like, you guys cannot say anything. You guys have no point in telling me anything at all about women or talking about women. Even I have one guy that says like, yeah, I just don't want a thick Spanish chick. I'm like, you got to be gutter trash.
You not want air, my guy?
If it's his preference, it's whatever. But
like, it's preference, but like, the thing is,
I'd like to date a thick Latin woman.
I'm not gonna lie. If a woman who is an actual and this is what I gotta say, a woman who is an actual model, that in my opinion, you still cannot say is ugly. I'm sorry, because it goes to a point where like she has to be attractive in some spot to go ahead to be like, oh, you know what, I could be a model. You know what I mean? Like that's the major issue with it, and that's what the problem is with some of these guys that don't really go ahead and understand when it comes to attractiveness. These guys know nothing of attractiveness.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like it's just weird. It's just so weird. It's embarrassing. And I say this straightforward. It is embarrassing for a man to go ahead and look at that and be like, oh, that's unattractive by like standards of like, oh, no, she needs to be like this, she needs to look like this. Like, what?
That's why like when I say anything, I'm just like, I know I got no chance with that.
Like, it's not even that. It's just like, damn, like, bro, like you that ass at talking to women? Are you that ass like or you that ass like to a point where like your taste gotta be that gutter trash? Like, damn. Like, I understand preference. Like, personally, as I said, I would prefer like either a Spanish woman, a very beautiful black woman, a very beautiful Asian woman, and like I said, like, I don't really I'm not too picky. Honestly, to be honest, I'm not too picky.
I just want somebody who likes me.
You'll find someone. Don't worry,
One day.
Shut up, you fucking hand bastard. You know. But anyway.
Oh, stop.
You know you are. You, dude. You got that whole. You got that whole nice rugged baby face that women like. Stop it. So don't worry. You'll be fine. No, but as I said, it's like mofos don't know anything about these conversations with like women and stuff like that. It's like, bro, like, as I said, I tell people like you're gotta be trash. It's gotta be so bad. And then it's like, with that aspect, I try to figure out. I'm like, okay, so what is their idea of like freaking attractiveness? Like fucking like their attractiveness is like some Pam Bundy bullshit.
It's like a borderline cartoon proportions.
Yes,
it's like, look, I'm probably gonna get some flat. Basically, the art design behind like the Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden games, like the way that those games design their women, that's what they think like peak female attractiveness looks like.
You know, those are,
like, look, I love those games, but holy shit, what woman looks like this?
You know, actually, there are women that actually do look like this. I can attest to that, but not every woman looks like that. Let's be real. Not every woman looks like that.
Yeah, it's like especially like it's kind of like the one hang up I have about wanting to play Dynasty Warriors Origins because every woman in that game looks the same bar their haircuts.
I'm just.
And I'm just like, it's like somebody on the design team is being a little weird.
All I'm saying is that Lady Boo, Lin Qian is
Lin Chi, you mean?
Lin Chi. I believe that's how you.
Yeah, his daughter.
No, not
don't you don't need to tell me about Lu Lin Chi. I know plenty about her. Don't worry about it.
Not his daughter. I believe she's part of the.
Diao Chan?
Lian Chan.
Yeah, Diao Chan, the chick who's always hanging around.
Oh no. She's not. She's not the not in the other. I believe she's part of the Wu. The Wu. She's known as Lady Boo.
I don't think she. You mean Liang Shi, Sun Tran's wife?
I believe so. Lady Boo.
Okay, Chicken Red. Does she use a crossbow?
Boo Lian Shi.
Lian Shi. Yeah, I only know her as Lian Shi. I didn't know that her first name was Boo.
Yeah. She's known as Lady Boo. So Lian Shi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard her referred to as that. It's known Lian Shi, but still, like, yeah, Sun Tran's wife.
Yes, that is gorgeous. I love that.
Maybe it's my favoritism towards Ling Chi, but I'm not saying it.
Ling Chi, I understand. It's
You
that.
know, I like Ling Chi more from the aspect of like she is technically an OC because like historically we don't know who this person is. It's like all we know is that Lu Bu had a daughter who he tried to use as like a bargaining chip in order to like get in with Yuan Shao's family. But like we don't know what her name was or what she was like. So all effect intents and purposes, Ling Chi is like basically an OC.
I'm trying to see which one, my favorite one. She's part of the Wei. Trying to see which one is it.
There's like 4 women from Wei I can think of.
Wang Yi, Zhenji.
Wang Yi, yeah, fuck yeah, Wang Yi, love her.
Wang Yi looks like she could be like, I don't know why, but I just got the vibe.
She could spit on my face and I'd thank her for it.
That, and also I feel like she I don't know why I get like vibes of like, you know, of things such as like, you know, like I don't know why I get lightning.
She's more of an ice lady in my opinion.
That
I don't understand her murder boner towards Ma Dai though.
I don't know. I think
I need to play more of these games in order to understand what he did because like I don't know how Mr. Freaking Cinnamon Roll himself was like how he could like inspire so much hatred from this woman.
I don't know. It happens most likely. It happens to a lot of people that like somebody will want to.
Like aside from them being on opposing sides of a war, like I don't really see like why she has such a personal vendetta. Like I think it has something to do with her master, and she may have had a thing for her master. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, look, I've been in here way too long. I've already said my piece. Later.
Peace out, homie.
Peace.
But yeah, no, it's like it's so like that's just weird with the So like here's one thing that I have a conversation with when it comes to like the stuff like of gaming and stuff like that, and when we come like because we were talking about PC and everything. You know what's weird? I could understand why people are saying that gaming is getting way too expensive in certain aspects.
My name is Jury.
So like for instance, I don't know how to really go about this, so I'm kind of worried. So like for instance, it's like to a point where it's like a lot of people are telling me, oh, you know, it's very expensive being a gamer now. I can't take it seriously from a PC gamer. I can't.
My name is Jury. My name is Jury.
Because it's like,
My name is Jury.
cool.
It's
I
nice
understand
to
like
meet
the
you.
price of
My-
games are going up.
My name is Jury. My name is Jury. My name is.
And then
my
with
name is
with
Yeah.
with the
my name
game,
is
the price
Jury.
of games going up, I understand a lot of
My
people.
name is Jury.
That-
It's
You know, a lot of people do not want to go ahead and how do I say this? Like they don't want to be like spending like $70 or $80 for a video game. But I can
I think
understand.
most people, yes.
I can say that more on an aspect of, okay, you can say that more for console players because of the fact that, you know, hey, it's good. Like a lot of console players really don't get, like, when they buy a game, they have to pay like the digital price for it, just like PC players. But console players spend less on a console than what it is for a PC. I stand by that because it's like, as I said, like the price for them are completely different. But then add to another point to that, it's like, okay, you are saying that, oh, you know what, now it's getting less expensive to be in a PC area, but you spend almost like a couple $1,000s to build it. Like you're saying that $60 or $70 is a lot for a game, but you just spend almost $1,000, like a couple thousand plus to play high-end video game. And so it's like, I can't take that seriously from you to talk about.
Hey,
Well,
Oh,
that's why I've
It's nice
gotten
to
to the
meet
point
you.
where I'm just like,
my name is
I'm
Jury.
not getting the PS6
I'm an
because
ambitious bit.
at that point,
Thanks in advance.
you're starting to range into like a low-end PC. And if I can't see those specs better than like a low-end PC, I'm not buying it. 'Cause you're getting too big for your britches. And I know that most companies end up losing money because of how much they actually spend to build the PlayStation. I
yeah.
understand they have to make a profit, but also, y'all been selling shit at a loss for years, and now you're raising the fucking shit. I can guarantee you by the end of the next 3 years, we're probably gonna have to be paying $100 for fucking video games. Because gamers have no fucking backbone.
No, they don't. I agree with that. I highly agree with that. It's simply because of this. Like, instead of just going ahead and being like, oh, you know what? No, we're not paying for this. They will take every inch of, like, you know, their money, and then they will go ahead and buy some other shit. They will go ahead and be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, buy this at this amount. No problem. I have the money for it. Okay. You have the money for it. I don't want to hear you complain about how things are getting fucking expensive. Shut the fuck up. Like it's that aspect that pisses me off. It's like, oh, well, like I hear people, oh, well, you know, it's getting very expensive to be a gamer. No, the fuck, it's not. You know what? You just don't, you don't have the balls to not want to go ahead and buy shit that you know that you shouldn't be spending so much money on. And now that comes from a weird aspect because of the fact that you cannot tell people what to buy. But then at one point it's like you're not gonna change fucking people's opinion about video games, or gonna get them to change their opinion about video games if you're gonna go ahead and keep on putting money into these big fucking companies. Like, I don't like.
I mean, that's literally what I'm saying. Like, if you actually stop and think about this for a minute, what do you think is gonna get someone to stop fucking buying shit? You buying the $80 game that just came out? Or not a single person pays for fucking GTA 6 when it comes out? What do you think is gonna get their attention first?
Not buying the game at all. I'm buying the game at all. Like
Exactly.
like here's.
But no one's gonna fucking do that because they have no self-control.
No, they don't. And this also goes for the aspect. I'm going to call people out for this shit. Okay? Calling people out for this shit. I don't give a shit if my job watches this and I get in trouble. I hate the idea that people buy expensive shit and go ahead and throw that shit away like it's nothing. Know what I mean? If people just go ahead and get to a point, and this is where the shit pisses me off. It's like, I get people at my buying shit for my job. I'm like, okay, just go ahead and let's get you this pair of shoes here, right? And then with getting these pair of shoes, all right, you got the pair of shoes that you want, and then now with this aspect of you getting the pair of shoes, you're spending almost $150, $160 on Birkenstock fucking slippers, right? In the process of that shit, you're using it only for one fucking day. I have had people tell me, "Oh, I'm buying these $200 heels or like almost $300 or this pair of shoes and only using it for one fucking day." Are you kidding me? That goes with the idea of like how people don't know what to fucking do with their money. Like you are really fucking up to a major extent, and then the things that you bitch about, you will never fucking get like any type of you will never get any type of solution that if you don't take the right steps. A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people still want to go ahead and do the wrong thing. Like, if people like hate the fucking idea that freaking Call of Duty is doing the wrong shit, then stop buying the Call of Duty fucking games. But you will still go ahead and buy that stupid shit left and right for. It's ridiculous. It's so fucking weird. So yeah, it's exactly what you're saying. They should not be buying that stuff if they want a major change. Like if you want a major change in fucking games or in anything like that, then you literally should get to a point you should not be buying these games. Don't buy the DLC. Don't buy the expansions. Don't buy this and that. But it's exactly what you said. Freaking gamers don't have a backbone. But here is one other thing that kind of gets on my nerve. People do not hold gamers to the fucking like to the point of where, hey, you know what? It's like yeah, like if they you know, for instance, an EA went ahead and,
well, I mean, at the risk of like burning your own community, it's like you can't. If you try to step up and just say, like, no, you guys can't complain. It's your fault. You guys are buying the game. It's your fault.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, well, you know what? You guys went ahead. Well, I don't know why these companies are doing that. It's like, oh, why would they do this to us? We're the fans and everything. I'm like, you bought the next game. You bought that shit. That was your fucking fault. You can't be upset at that because they actually went ahead and did what they were gonna do, and then now all of a sudden you look so fucking confused when all of a sudden that when something is really like let's say for instance that it didn't go the way you want it, that you're wondering why they're not listening to the fan base. That's your fucking fault because you put money towards bullshit.
My name is
Hello there. I'm known as Jerry.
Like you literally did everything to go ahead and do some fuck shit to support a company that won't care. Why do you think I get pissed off at the fact that freaking EA earned a whole bunch of fucking money from Battlefront 2?
Well, anyway.
Like they lost almost $3 billion, and then people started buying that shit on PC and on different fucking areas, and then they bought the remake of Battlefront 1 and 2. It's like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. Like you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like you cannot be this ass in your decisions. Oh, well, you know what? Well, these Pokemon games are not coming out the way they are. They're shitty Pokemon games. They'll look at them like you're still buying next fucking game regardless anyway.
I will say another big problem with that is like, I think you could probably do it to a big studio. Like I would absolutely say people definitely need to not buy the new GTA 6. But it doesn't matter because like 300 million people bought it already. Y'all are fucking morons. But like if you do it to a smaller company, it's like they'll just shut the company down because like, oh, I guess no one liked the thing. But if you do it to a bigger company, you'll actually show them like, hey, no one likes what you're fucking doing.
Yeah, like it has.
People only choose to boycott when it's against a company that just can't survive. And it's like, you guys choose to kill the child instead of the grown-ass adult eating all the food. Like, what? I don't even know what to tell you at that point.
No, I full-heartedly agree on that. I understand what you're talking about, 100%. Because like as I said, that's why I do not feel bad when a certain game fails. For like certain people,
Thank you.
everybody just starts complaining. Everybody's like, oh, you know what? But you know, why is this happening? But we're the fans and everything. I'm like, no, bro, you should have stopped buying shit. You should have stopped buying shit. You should have stopped buying things in the first place. Now you have every right to shut the fuck up.
Isn't Jonas such a good?
It's like, I tell people this is like the exact same thing with any type of game. Like every time an aspect like something happens, they can't be upset for certain things. Like it's like the game awards, right? Like when everybody saw like, oh, you know, Expedition 33 was gonna win. Like, and then at one point everybody had like a conversation. It was like, oh well, nobody talked about this. Oh well, you know, nobody had like nobody knew what Expedition 33. I'm like, bro, no, they did. And then in the process of that type of situation, freaking, it won all the game awards.
It's no
And
use.
then when they won all the
That's
game
just
awards,
a
they started
hologram.
bitching and complaining about it. I'm like, why? Like, why?
I'll
Like,
never understand that just because it's like, what else did you want to win? Fucking Call of Duty? I'm sorry to tell you, Call of Duties haven't been good for a very long time. You have, well, I don't want to say, zero knowledge of good games.
I will say, if you only play Call of Duty or sports games, you have no right to talk about gaming. I will stand by that. I will stand the fuck by that. I hate fucking ball and gun gamers. I fucking hate them with a passion. Because then it goes to a point, as I said, that those are the other people that will like tell you stupid shit. But in regards to like that type of situation, when it comes to things like the store, like anything of like, you know, like not being able to go ahead and have things you know, done the right way in regards to like, you know, sorry, excuse me, on
You're fine.
in regards to like people trying to like change their mind and shit. As I said, like
help me.
when something fails and then you wonder why you don't, this is exactly what I say, why you wonder
doing that?
you don't get another copy of the
No,
shit,
I
or
actually
if something that you know you shouldn't be supporting is going to continue, you know, being
You are so
supported from a
kind.
company that does
It was
shitty
no
stuff,
trouble at all.
you have no right to fucking complain whatsoever. It's the exact same thing when people try to tell me something
That was
about, oh,
really
like, oh,
fun.
why don't we have another Sly
Thanks so
Cooper? Why don't we
much.
have another Ratchet and Clank? Because you didn't support the fucking last games. That was a thing. You didn't support Infamous the Second Son. Some of y'all started bitching when it came to Ghost of Yotei. Some of y'all started hating the fact that you didn't get Jin's story again. All right, cool. And then now all of a sudden you want to go ahead and have them do a freaking Sly Cooper or another Infamous. Absolutely fucking not. You have to support decent companies that are willing to do so. In my opinion, Sucker Punch is a decent company. In my opinion, Sucker Punch is decent. Team Cherry is decent. Freaking Insomniac is decent. Fucking shitty companies that shouldn't be, like, you know, like even supported. Fucking goddamn Call of Duty, Treyarch, fucking goddamn even any company under on fucking Treyarch. One, the fact that they use generative AI, you lazy fucking bastards. Two, of the fact that you don't fucking come up with anything fucking new under the goddamn sun.
I'm still in the middle of generative AI because I understand ways that it could just be done better. But people just choose to take the easy route and just be lazy.
Like, I understand the AI situation where it's like you use AI to make video games. Yes, generative AI, I will not stand behind that type of aspect. I don't care. Like, if you are a so-called artist using generative AI, you don't have a yourself an artist. You don't have a right to go ahead and call yourself an artist. If you're complaining about, oh well, you know, it takes a lot of time off of game production, you are not losing anything by taking a simple fucking hour
Switch.
for something so small.
Well, they are just time, especially if they're under specific companies and you have the deadline to reach. You gotta get shit
Hey,
done.
what do you need?
Yes, but I don't think an hour is gonna fucking stop them. Like
No, but like a lot of, if you ever go back and hear a lot of the companies speak, like even when what game was it? I think it was under, no, it wasn't under Activision. It was one of the Elder Scrolls games, or was it? It was a game under the company that made Elder Scrolls or some shit like that. And they were saying like they were getting fucking mentally abused and they were getting pushed far beyond their shit because they had to reach deadlines that were just ridiculous. Like, at that point, if my job's in line, I don't give a fuck what any person says. I'm using generative AI to get this shit done and out.
yeah, but then
Because my job matters more than your fucking opinion. I'm sorry to tell you.
that could be a thing, but then at one point you could also get to a point where, you know, they could actually fire you from that. And it's that, like it's now to a point where people who are now using generative AI, they're disqualified from actual freaking things such as, you know, the basic of like company. And goddamn
Well, a
fuck.
lot of companies are doing generative AI and shit now.
No, they shouldn't. And that's why I like where like a lot of companies now are also just like fighting back on it. And like even some of these companies in regards to generative AI talk, a lot of companies who made very successful games. It just gets to a point where you have these conversations with them. They're like, yeah, no, generative AI is not a thing. Like the space, like this, like Warhammer and like, you know, like workshop games and stuff like that. The guys who do like you know, not even just like, I believe D&D, but they also do Space Marine, Warhammer 40K and stuff like that. They literally said that, you know, like they don't use generative AI. If anybody uses generative AI, they are fired from jobs automatically. No,
And that is completely understandable.
and you know what? To be honest, I stand behind that, because I'm writing down my own video game idea. I'm writing down what I want to put in that game, what I put people who I want to possibly work with it. If I catch someone using generative AI and not the AI that is basically used, like the basic AI in gaming, your ass is fucking fired. Your ass is fired, and you surrender everything that you have done. Everything that you have done, you
Think we could.
regards to, like, everything in regards to what you have done in the fucking freaking, damn it, what bugs, anything that you have done in regards to things like your type of work, you have to surrender it. You surrender any type of credit you have for it, and that's straightforward. That's straightforward. Because how are you gonna go ahead and try to take some type of credit on doing a project where you're allowing the generative AI to do your fucking job? Absolutely fucking not. If not, you don't want us to use anything of the work that you have. Guess what? We're not gonna use it. Guess what? Every one of your ideas is gonna be scrapped, and then we'll come up with something new. Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I completely understand like the hate for it. I still advocate for the proper use of a lot of these systems because we're still going to go into the age of AI. Whether anyone wants to be butthurt about this or that, it doesn't really matter because the companies don't care. We're still going to go down this whole generative AI route. People are still going to complain justifiably. I understand why people are getting mad, but you also got to understand is if you're not going to beat them, I'm not saying join them, but use it properly. That doesn't mean if you need to make a character, use generative AI to make the entire thing. At least sketch the damn thing, have a general layout of the character so it has what it looks like. And if you want to see a color on it, have it generate a fucking color for you. You've got to spend time fucking coloring the damn thing. You don't like it, trash the damn thing. You still have the whole thing, try out different color. Use it responsibly.
You see, that's...
Use it to just make the shit for you.
But that's not responsible, though. That's like in any type of manner, I understand what you mean, but that in itself is not responsible. That by itself, as I said, and I stand by the statement, is lazy aspect. As an artist, that me personally, if you came to like in true honesty, like let's say you specifically, you came to me and you showed me something of generative AI art for a character that I'm making, say, oh, maybe we could do so, and then you have it on the iPad, I'm taking your iPad and I'm throwing that shit out, smacking the shit out of you. That in my opinion, it goes to a point where it's like now you're trying to go ahead and mock me without even intentionally mocking me.
Well, what are you hearing when I said use it to generate a color? Because what I'm saying, or at least trying to say, is the character's already made.
Yes.
But in the time that it would take you to probably draw 10 colors, let's say that takes you an hour, I could generate with that 250 in that same hour. So we can understand what we want the character to look like in different
like a
outfits.
color mixer. Something like mixing a color. Is that what you're talking about? Like trying to like...
No, so what I'm saying is, because this is just an example, because I'm trying, this is the same example that was used, not even an example, because it's what happened, and it's why Expedition 33 lost the fucking award, which it shouldn't have. They were just being fucking petty. I don't care what anyone says.
They definitely deserve that. I'm sorry, they definitely deserve.
No, they generated a poster that didn't exist in the game.
Yeah,
they wanted to see how it looked, and they removed it. They deserve that reward. They all can go fuck themselves.
No, absolutely not. I will not stand by that. Because if you're telling me if you have 70 concept artists and you couldn't draw a fucking poster, you have every right to lose that. Every single right to lose that.
That doesn't discount the entire... So that means if you draw something and trash it, I can now discount everything you fucking did in the game because of that one thing.
Because it's a competition with that. Regardless of any type
of...
No,
it wasn't in the game. That's what people don't understand. They wanted to see what it looked like. It didn't look good. They removed it.
No,
if they would have never said it, no one would have ever known it existed because it wasn't in the game.
No, because
they didn't win because of that generative AI. They won off their hard work. You're saying because they used a concept and then trashed it, everything they did for the last 10 years means nothing. You see how that sounds?
No, because the thing is, people found that right after the game was made. Nobody found that during the time when they were making it. That was being found in the gameplay during the time. So in order for them to actually find that, they actually had done the gameplay to get farther within that game. So the thing,
no, they went through the files. It's still in the files. It's not in the game.
So that's the thing. If it's not in the game, it should not be in the files. That's stuff. Even stuff like that could still be showing up in games, not just by simply like that. Sometimes it can mess up image glitches. So that's why it's a major issue with that. That's why it's a major issue.
So they are a very reputable company. If they would have caused a problem, I'm sure they would have removed it.
Yes, that's what they did. They had to update. They had to put updates during the game. It's like
I highly doubt the poster is what caused the issues.
No, but of course the poster is literally one of the major reasons of why they did so. It's like in the aspect
doubtful. You got to search up something and show me the exact evidence that says that.
Well, dude, if it gets to a point like people are now seeing this not just in this game but also seeing it in other games. Like it gets to a point like now people are complaining the exact same shit about Crimson Desert. And it's like because they found a whole entire photo in a freaking picture or a portrait in the game where they literally were talking about, oh yeah, it was AI generated. People were...
Was it in the game or was it removed?
It was in the game. It was in the files and in the game.
So that is different.
Yes,
That is
but
completely
Sure.
different.
yes, but no,
But
with the
tell me,
gameplay that they were showing, it was
Jury,
not in
how
the
much
files.
do
They
you
were
know
actually
about
showing
Orbital?
screenshots of the gameplay
Oh,
during the time
like
for how
so
they were
much.
actually playing the game.
I
So
study the
when
karate
in the
rule book
process
every
of
night
them doing
before
so,
bed.
they found that out before
Wow,
even it was
that's some
even
serious
like you know
dedication.
even like
But
during
you
the
know,
I
I've
would
always
think right
wanted to
after
give
the
pro karate a
game
shot.
shows, because
Maybe
once
one
that
day we can
freaking
do it
game got
together.
very popular with the actual game awards, people were saying that it didn't deserve it, and then people were like saying, "Yo, play the game, give it a try." People started buying that shit left and right. So it became more popular in the process. They gave the update right after the freaking award shows. The update was right after the award shows, and the game was out already.
Nice.
What game are you talking
I
about? You
knew
still talking about
karate
Crimson
would bring
Desert?
Jason
No, that was
Bateman, Frank, and
Expedition.
me
That was
together.
Expedition 33.
Makes sense.
Crimson Desert, when they
Jury
were
and I have
actually
the
playing the
same
game,
taste in hobbies.
it showed right there on the spot where people are actually seeing it on the portraits. It was not difficult to fucking miss that shit. That's what I'm saying. It goes to a major extent. It's like, bro, like it's like the aspect of like, it's just more of the aspect of why a lot of people are now losing their fucking awards. And it goes to that aspect is like, yes, if you are doing that, you have every right to lose it,
My name
regardless
is
of what
Arch.
company that
So,
fucking does it.
Yeah,
Because now
Hello
in the
there,
fact of
Arch.
that, if
I'm
they're
known
doing
as
that,
Sean.
now gaming companies cannot half-ass even the little aspects. When you open the floodgates, when you have a crack in the fucking dam, where blue water's coming out, that dam's gonna get bigger, and that crack is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger until everything on the floodgates are fucking broken and everything pops out. It's not a good
Thanks for
aspect to
your
do
help
that,
there.
because then it breeds laziness. And nobody in the gaming industry should be fucking lazy.
have got
Any type of aspect. Because when that happens, in the process where it's going to be a thing now, then it goes to a point where a lot of gaming companies now have to put certain holds on things or certain barriers on things. Why do you think now a lot of gaming companies are making you hand draw shit as an entry level thing? Like for me, I would have to do that. If I do that with a gaming company, if I want to become a gaming company or make a game, I have to do that. I have to go ahead and be like, all right, so now we have this game here. I have to go ahead. You want to go ahead and work in my company, do some entry level stuff. Show me what your artwork is. Show me what you worked on. Show me your portfolio. Show me how you can go ahead and bring to this game. If they show me, if you get shown anything of AI, absolutely you don't get the job. But some companies are now making it easy to a point. It's like, oh, okay, now hey, they did better with AI compared to the guy who actually busted his ass hours and hours, fucking minutes and minutes and end. Go ahead and do so to be able to go ahead and get into that job. That's what the issue of why people don't realize it, people don't see it. Even regardless if it's just a damn bulletin board, you can easily go ahead and draw a small poster that people can see. If this is not the case, if you are saying that this is not that big of a deal, then the fucking thing when it came to Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield, with the one fucking goddamn tree, which didn't do anything for the fucking game, and people were constantly complaining about, that is completely null and void.
I can't remember, which I just remember the last few Pokemon games being pretty utter dog shit.
Yes, when it came to Sword and Shield, the complaint and the major fucking complaint of the whole game was that people didn't like the way the graphics were based off of one fucking tree. One tree, because they said the tree looked like freaking like a Nintendo 64 tree. I'm like, okay, was the game good? That game ended up being one of the most sold fucking Pokemon games out there. It wasn't even for the good reasons. Also, it was literally because the guy who made the game started getting death threats. It's fucking ridiculous. It's weird. And as I said, regardless if it's Expedition 33, regardless if it's Neverness to Everness, regardless if it's Crimson Desert or any other fucking company, if a company you goes ahead and use generative AI and it gets put into a competition, and they have every right to disqualify them for doing something like that, regardless of what it is. Regardless, because in any type of aspect, as I said, that opens the floodgates to laziness.
I 100% disagree.
And how can you disagree with that though?
Because it wasn't in the game. It was in the files left accidentally. They removed it and forgot it was in the files. I'm not going to blame them for that. And the AI stuff they used was shit they got from Unreal. It is the assets they were already using.
Yes.
They tested something, removed it, forgot it was in the game, and they got disqualified for that.
Damn,
Honestly, I genuinely don't care, because everyone already hated Expedition 33, and it was just a targeted assault. They just used that one little thing being left in the game to remove them because no one wanted them to win an award. Everybody was pissed they won the amount of awards they did. No one wanted them to win.
No, like here's where that hate for the AI thing is present. That is actually rightful on that part. But the only reason why a lot of people started hating on Expedition 33 was because of the fact of one major things. They were talking about how other games deserved it, like Call of Duty, like freaking Elden Ring, the fucking expansion for it. Which in my opinion, that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Elden Ring for an expansion getting a Game of the Year award. That should never have happened. The game won already Game of the Year, rightfully so. But the problem is...
I don't think the problem you're addressing is the fact that you're saying you don't want them to use generative AI at all, when what I'm telling you is they use it as a placeholder for something, removed it, and forgot it was in the file still. And you're saying they should still lose everything.
Yes,
because they made a mistake.
Because the placeholder, that choice of the placeholder should not have been a choice. As I said, with that, if you have 70 concept fucking artists, you should not in any type
Nico,
of...
deadlines exist. You got to get shit done.
Yes.
I don't care how many
absolutely
artists you have. One, they have to get paid and man hours exist. Either you're going to overwork them and face serious legal issues, or you're going to take some shortcuts to see how something looks, and just as fast as you see how it looks, it's getting removed from the game.
Yeah, but also at one point they didn't really have a major deadline. Remember, this was an indie company. When they started off, these were just these are pro developers also. These were guys who worked...
It doesn't matter if you're a pro or not. People still have shit to do. You still have stuff to do inside the company, and there are a bunch of different issues that can arise.
Of course.
So yes, they do have deadlines to meet specific expectations in specific times. At the end of the day, they don't serve the gamers, they serve the shareholders. The shareholders are the one that keep them alive.
Who was their shareholders?
If the shareholders say they want something done, you're going to have to get it done. It doesn't matter if it's your company, any other company in the future. If you open a company, Nico, and you have shareholders in that company, they dictate what you do and don't do. You can say no, but then they can vote to get you kicked off the fucking board.
Who is there?
They can vote to fire you, Nico.
Who is their shareholders?
I'm saying if you have shareholders in your company because you want to open up a company, you need someone to back you. You need people to give you money to officially get you started.
Yes.
And if you are not meeting the expectations they set for you, they can vote to remove you.
Okay. But once again, who was this company's shareholders? If we're taking it by that word right there, we have to understand...
Well, no, I'm not saying that there was shareholders. I'm just saying people have expectations that need to get met. I'm not saying that they were diehard doing all this stuff. What I'm saying is people are being over dramatic for shit that's not even in the game.
Okay, so...
If it's in the game, sure, you can remove it. But if it's not, you have no grounds to fucking complain. You can complain that it was fucking sad and that it was used, boo-hoo. But guess what? The entire game was made by hand.
Okay, yes, the entire game, there were parts of the game that was made by hand. Absolutely. But at one point, as I said, you're doing it by the aspect of what your wording is. You said you have to do it by the aspect of what shareholders is or a certain time. If these guys did not have that, then there is no fucking excuse. There is no excuse.
Nico, they always have. Every company has that.
Okay.
That's not a if this company, every company has that.
Then who, that's what I'm saying. Who is the shareholders? That's a big conversation on why it's very important to go ahead and have that question, because if it was like, okay, now, oh, Sony was the shareholders or this was the shareholders, I can understand that aspect. But if you are doing anything of, as I said, the aspect of, oh, this is a freaking this is a indie game, they have no shareholders unless they actually made a fucking deal. So that means they had enough time and they didn't have no expectation until a point where they had to fucking do so. There's a major difference in that, especially when you have the profit enough to go ahead and do all those aspects. Like for instance, these 70 actual freaking the 70 actual freaking concept artists, all those freaking developers, and you didn't have any type of way of any type of shareholders to go ahead and backing you. You had the profit. There was no way. There's no way in hell you can be like, oh, you know, they need to kill time, but then they need to go ahead and make sure that they do things on time, but then they had no shareholders. That's why I'm asking specifically, who was the shareholders for Expedition 33, because that makes a big difference. Because if you're saying that they do have shareholders, it wouldn't make sense on why it would have to be done like as an aspect of like, you know, a placeholder. But even with that aspect, there are companies that do have shareholders, and we're like, you're not using it. As I said, that makes a big difference. As I said, so that's why I'm asking you, who are the shareholders for 33? Because if 33 had no shareholders, they had no excuse, regardless. If it was like, oh, you know, they got shareholders from WB video games and stuff like that, I could understand. Or they did with Sony or Xbox, understandable. They had to go ahead and put that placeholder and did that, and they actually did something nice. They actually removed the shit. But then at one point, they were an indie company.
Okay, but I don't think. Do you even understand how you get off the ground?
Yeah. Some people get off the ground because they actually have the money to do so. These guys had the money to do so. These were actual.
Do you know how much it cost to do all this stuff? Because originally it started with 6 members.
Yes.
I think in like 2022 or between that time and 2024, they expanded out to 15. They had to pay. God, how much would it? Because I'm trying to fucking do the shit.
Math.
It's like 4,000 something in their currency. And then it would expand out to like something million to now.
Yes, because they what they were backed by was a Kickstarter. Expedition 33 had a Kickstarter.
I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the company itself.
The company
like the people that made the game had to get from 0 to here. And yes, they started by themselves. But you don't start and then continue by yourself. That's not how it works.
Of course you don't start and continue by yourself.
You literally get backed by other companies until you can make a profit or do something by yourself. I think they got backed for like 50K or some shit like that by Epic Games at one point.
Okay. Do you think 50K was enough to go ahead and make Expedition?
No, that was an example. I'm saying they got backed for 50K by Epic Games. I'm trying to remember because I don't know all the fucking companies that helped them. And no, obviously 50K is not going to get anything done. It can.
It depends.
But that 50K clearly probably went to straight just
for Expedition, definitely
hiring and paying employees.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes, yeah, that's to be honest, for making a video game like that, especially like on a platform like that, that is perfectly normal. That like literally that's one of the most normal things, especially if you are like ex-devs on a major fucking platform. That's what probably one of the most normal things when it comes to games. Even with games like that are like not as graphically intense and take a major budget. And some of them either have to be backed by Kickstarters, any type of aspects, like, you know, like freaking as I said, like the big companies, yes. But These guys were not backed by anything. So intensely, these guys were Ubisoft freaking developers for freaking Assassin's Creed, I believe from the beginning. And they made bank enough to do so. A lot of people have done that. A lot of people have done that even with like even less of the money that they've done. Like did you know that like a lot of these other creators like in the indie companies have worked in places like, for instance, freaking like, you know, places like Treyarch, Square Enix, and so on and so forth. But to go ahead and have that set already, sometimes it starts off with a small team, and then in the process of that, some of them actually probably use their own.
Well, no, I was trying to look some of this stuff up. The only thing I could find is they were backed by a few like companies like Epic Games, the French National Center for Cinema, and a regional state funding, and then some of them are connected to bigger names. And then also, I believe in 2023, they were in debt for $2.7 million.
Okay, and then, but yeah, at one point they still ended up doing it on a certain time. That is not that, unless the shareholders told them that that's the time that they want. Yeah, you have to see if it's actually.
Well, it's shareholder, whoever the fuck was backing them. My whole point is whoever was backing them. It doesn't just have to be shareholders. Shareholders are for usually bigger companies. I just meant whoever was backing them, giving them money. They want a return on investment.
Okay, then
they don't just give you free money.
Of course, they don't just give you free money. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm asking, like, who backed them? Because with them of who backed them,
I gave you 3.
Okay, so Epic Games, and then they had like two especially
it's regional state. It was Epic Games, I think was one. It was regional French state funding or some shit like that, and then some cinema thing that I cannot remember the name of.
Okay. So when they had this backed, like they had how much were they backed?
I have no clue. All I know is that they were in debt $2.7 million. So either they paid that off and then did a Kickstarter. Because when did the Kickstarter for Expedition 33 happen? Because apparently they were in debt in 2023.
Check for you. So the Kickstarter, it didn't go ahead and have a Kickstarter. So it was developed by, it was done by Sandfall Interactive, and the team did that. Okay.
So then they took the money they were backed with to then make the game and then return on investment. Yes,
but I'm looking at also like some of it was also, I'm looking at like right now the developers from what they did for it. Some of these guys have had to have money to have taken care of this shit.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier, that some of them were not necessarily backed, but they were connected to bigger names, to people that owned bigger companies.
Yeah, these are all developers from major, even current games. Right, like even the CEO.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they got something from them too.
Yeah. So if if they're able to pay those concept drawers, I don't think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine without using AI. These are guys that done Persona 3, Devil May Cry, Demon Souls, especially Demon Souls, Jesus Christ, Journey, Final Fantasy 7, new Final Fantasy 7, Dota 2, Elden Ring, Super Smash Brothers, Hades, Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Fantasy 7, Metal Gear Solid 5, Elden Ring, Journey, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Dishonored 2.
Well, you still forget the point that around 2023, because when was Expedition 33 made?
Expedition 33, when they were fully constructing it.
No, when they fully made the game, when did it release?
So initial release was 2025. April 24th.
That means 2 years prior to that, they were $2.7 million in debt. So from 2023 to 2025, they were operating at a huge loss. So yes, they were on a time crunch to get a game out as fast as possible because they were in $2.7 million in debt. Because even when I look it up, it says Sandfall's 23 account. God, I can't speak.
Yeah.
Sandfall's 2023 accounts show a debt of $2.7 million owed to an unnamed entity, and I doubt Kepler Interactive funded them for such a big amount.
Okay. So why?
And this picture even shows some. I don't even know what some of these companies are, but it shows investment brokers or whatever the fuck these are connected to Sandfall Interactive.
Okay.
So there's 3 major entities connected to the main Sandfall Interactive company.
So here's reasons why they lost the reward. So right there, because of the developer Sandfall Interactive used generative AI, the studio was initially agreed that no AI was used, but later confirmed AI assets were utilized during early production as placeholders. Why the awards were revoked. The rule, the IGA explicitly prohibits game developed using AI, the generative AI. The discrepancy. When Sandfall Interactive submitted the game for consideration, their representatives agreed that no generative AI was utilized. The admission. During an interview on the day of the 2025 IGA premiere, the studio confirmed that the AI was used in production. The result, the IGA retroactively removed both accolades and awards from their runner-ups. Sorry, we're closed one game debut, and the GTA award went to another title. So, being in this competition, which the rules state that they don't use any type of generative AI, which was heavily added in there, which, you know, it was stated that they should not be, no company should do that. They went into an aspect of also saying that they didn't use anything of generative AI, and process of that ended up in a sense lying about not using it. So with that aspect of it, went into the competition.
They did not lie, sir. They literally forgot. They even came out and said that they don't endorse AI usage in games because it removes the creativity and the fun of making them.
How does someone forget to use AI, bro?
Because they didn't forget to use it. They forgot it was in the game.
That makes no fucking sense to it. If someone in the actual interview is saying that they actually had to use the AI during the time, that in the process they knew they used the AI. Like somebody actually did an interview from the interactive area, from the Sandfall Interactive, from the people that are actually doing the money for it, and actually saying that they had to use AI. There was no way they forgot it if they were going onto an interview saying, "Yo, no, we used AI." Like that's like now saying like, oh, you know what, we, like, for instance, it's like going ahead and saying something this weird shit. That's like saying, you know what, I went ahead, I used this type of pencil to go ahead and draw this sketch when this type of pencil is not allowed. I'm supposed to only use a graphite pencil, not a number 3 pencil. They found out that I used a number and then after I won the award for my artwork, I say, oh no, but I used a number 3 pencil, and then I get disqualified for using it, and then now you're just defending the idea like of me using the number 3 pencil because apparently I forgot. No, I said it in the interview that I used the number 3 fucking pencil. Like,
They said in the interview that they used AI.
yes.
The initial before they stated the rules and everything,
This
or after.
the rules were already written in there. The rules were already stated.
No, before or after.
They stated during an interview on the day of the actual premiere. This is the day of the premiere.
So again, before or after? Because did they come out before or after?
It just says the day of the premiere. Of the IGA premiere. The 2025 IGA premiere. So it was on the day of when they won the award. And in the actual IGA, explicitly has the rule to not use AI. So in the process of that, they knew that it was not allowed in the freaking whole thing for that. So it's exactly how I stated. That by itself is in itself a breaking of rules. And now even if it's not even if it's like, if you don't mind the use of the generative AI, regardless of that, that is still under the that they have been able to use it. Because guess what? If anybody were to go ahead and find out about that, trust me, they would have gotten bullshit about it. Absolutely. As I said, people can freaking notice this shit. Now, with people being upset about the AI situation, Expedition 33 is not the only person that's getting the flack of it nowadays. Like, literally, Crimson Desert got the same shit. That's why now a lot of companies are going against it. And it's not even just big companies, it's like people who are also well-renowned freaking developers just like these guys. That's like saying, for like, if we're doing a sport and you're not supposed to take steroids for the sport in any type of way, and then on the day of the championship during like let's say like halftime show, you have an interview, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, these guys took steroids, and then they still win the championship. It's like that's basically what it is.
That's not a good example in the slightest.
That is definitely one of the biggest.
No, it isn't. You want to know why?
How?
Because those steroids helped him win the championship.
But it's still in the rules
The
that they're not
generative AI
supposed
did
to.
not help them win anything when they removed it.
Yeah, but they still were not supposed to use it. That's the point. That's literally the point of that. It's literally the idea that you're still using it is still...
Okay, no. Because here's, I'm gonna just completely ruin everything you just said.
Okay.
They won the award, right?
Yes.
So you're saying that the game without AI won the award because it was good, right?
Yes.
Therefore, the game with no AI in it was so good that it still won the award.
Like what?
So how does that example match what you just said?
That's not what I said at all. What that's not
It
even
is,
close.
because you just said he took steroids. Steroids stays in your system. He used those steroids to win the game. They tried something, didn't like it, removed it, and completed the entire project with human hands. No steroids, no AI, human hands. So what part of all of this, so you're saying the generative AI use would have had to been the entire game. That's the only way your example makes sense.
How does that? It's the point of them.
Because steroids were used to win the game.
It's the point of them
Therefore,
using it in the first place. It's not the idea of what the fucking thing, the outcome came for. It's the idea of them using it in the first place.
Because he used those to win the game. He would not have won the game if he did not use them. They won the game without generative AI. What are you not understanding?
Because of the simple fact of that, that's why they got disqualified regardless. Like
they got disqualified because of something that's not in the game. Yes, I understand it broke the rules, but you're not going to sit here and tell me they didn't win the award. They won the award because of their hard work, and it got removed because something that was not in the game anymore. Yes, I know. I better not be talking. I'm not talking. No.
It's like that. That's like saying because like that's also like a catalyst for cheating though. That's like by itself a catalyst for cheating. That's like in itself. It's like because they still use a idea to cheat any type of way, like in like you say in a football game, and then now they're not using it during like the freaking game in any type of aspect, but they mention that they tried to cheat for the game. It's like you're not seeing the problem there.
No, I'm understanding the problem, and I already said I'm not defending generative AI. I'm defending the fact that a company literally poured blood, sweat, and tears into a game, and they got something they willfully deserved because of some bullshit.
Well, now
and you can remove it because they broke a rule and they forgot about it. I don't care. They legitimately came out with a statement afterwards saying they do not condone the use of generative AI.
As soon as they got the flag from it. That's
because they didn't. I'm not going to defend a company that can defend themselves. It doesn't matter. I have my opinion, you have yours. They fucking won. I don't care what anyone says. People just want to hate on it because their shitty ass Call of Duty game didn't fucking win.
Oh, trust me, I don't care for the Call of Duty game.
Well, I'm not saying you in general. I'm saying just people.
No, I understand that. I understand that aspect because of the fact that some people just didn't play any other games. They didn't have no idea of what any other games fucking existed. Me, as I said, I'm going at it as a perspective as from a developer standpoint. That's the thing, like, because I know what it takes to be a developer and want to go ahead and be my own developer in the process. It's just that, as I said, if it came to me and they see the aspects of AI and they said in their rules that you should not be using it, but I accidentally left it there, they have every right to go ahead and take it out. Because they have every right to go ahead and put me disqualified.
Yes, they did, because they accidentally broke the rules. Does not change the fact that they still won.
But they did win. But even though with that aspect, I can't play their game. As good as it is, I cannot.
That's okay.
But all right, I think we've gone on for like 2 hours. All right. So I'm gonna close this out a little bit, but yeah, we already know our stance. I think it's with the Sony thing.
Yeah, everyone deserves an opinion. That's okay. We don't have to share an opinion.
It's all good. As I said, we're gonna have like heated conversations, but we don't have to agree on everything. So that's the good thing about having these conversations. But but no, like with the Sony aspect, I can understand the perspective of it, like where it's like a lot of people are not buying digital now because now for these big companies making bad decisions, a lot of people are supporting these stupid bad decisions. But yeah, but you know, to be honest, for me, my opinion, it's not a surprise. I feel like they were gonna do some crazy shit like this. But all right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the call, and I'm gonna close this out. All right.
Yeah, I'll catch you later, man. You have a good night.
All right. I'll let you know on Sunday for the recording. Okay.
Yes, I'll probably be able to do it later at night. I got to do something earlier in the day, but I should maybe. I'll let you know.
All right, no problem. I'll send you a message on here.
Yeah, catch you later, man.
Peace out, homie. All right, guys. In the comments, if you have missed this stream, by all means, go ahead and leave a like, leave a subscribe, turn your notification, and hit that bell. We're gonna be doing more of these streams here and there. Also, the comment section will be open. Let me know what you guys think about what we talked about today. Let me know what you guys think about the opinions that we've had here, especially like in the chat. Thank you for the people that were in the chat, the people who came in, excuse me, watching everything. Thank you for showing your support. Well, as I said, show more of your support by going ahead and liking our channel. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, turn notification, hit that bell, and then by all means just go ahead and show your support to us. But with this, guys, by all means, you have yourself a wonderful day. As I said, once again, leave a like, leave a subscribe, turn your notification, hit that bell. Stay tuned for another stream, and remember that there's always something amazing on the horizon.